Well, hi, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to Chicago White Sox baseball. Keep your windows open and we'll let the baseball in. We've got plenty of action here on WAPBA. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting Chicago White Sox will test the Athletics at home. Their record now, 1-0. This is the second game in this 3-game series. The Athletics won the first. The Athletics take the field here in the first. Defensively for Philadelphia. Fox at first base. Bishop at second. Williams the shortstop. Dykes at third. And the outfield. In left is Haas. In center, Simmons. And over in right, Miller. Cochran is behind the plate and on the mound for the Athletics. The left-hander, Grove. Grove's arsenal includes a fair strikeout pitch. He will be facing White Sox starter, left-hander Pierce. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, so settle in. We're ready to start this game. Landis leading it off. Jim will hurt you. So far at the plate, 1 for 3. He's walked once. Landis steps up to the plate. Cochran set. Grove comes home. Hot smash to Bishop. Takes it on one hop. Over to Box at first. 1 down. Now coming up, Torgerson. Unreliable at the plate. This is his second game to date. 0 for 2. Torgerson knows how to get on base. Torgerson waits. Grove gets set to work on him. He lets it go. He pops it up. Fox is backing up. He's calling for it and makes the catch. And that's the second out. Now coming up, Lawler. A valuable bat to date, batting 1 for 4. 1 homer. Lawler steadies his bat. Left-hander Grove ready. The pitch. Lawler smashes one down the line. Dykes grabs it near the bag. He wings a long throw to first and gets Lawler by a stride. 3 down. So the White Sox go down 1-2-3. White Sox nothing. Athletics coming up. For the White Sox. Overall, they now stand at 0-1. On the league leaderboards, they came into the game 7th. In batting at 172. 4th. In homers with 1. Tied for 2nd in steals with 1. The White Sox take the field here in the first. Defensively for Chicago. Torgerson at first base. Fox at second. Aparicio, the shortstop. Phillips at third. The outfield consists of Rivera in left field, Landis in center field, and Smith over in right. Lawler is behind the plate and warming up in the pen now for Chicago. The port-sided Pierce. Leading off, Bishop. Max can hit. This is his second game on the season. 0 for 4. Bishop steps up to the plate. Catcher ready. The pitch. Bishop pops a little fly. Back of second. Fox and Aparicio going out. Landis coming in. Coming in. And Landis makes the catch in front of Aparicio. 1 down. Well, 1 away. We have Cochran coming up to hit. He bats left. A bat to watch. To date at bat 2 hits in 4 trips. It's hard to keep Cochran off the base pass. Pierce ready. Pierce comes home. And he pops him up. Phillips comes off third. Foul ground. And he gloves it for the out. 2 away. Two gone. First inning. Next to bat for Philadelphia is Simmons from the right. Here's a guy who can see a penny from an airplane. To date at bat 3 for 4. 1 homer. Simmons waits. Pierce looking in. The pitch. Cut on, and it's lined to center field. Base hit. Landis in, and it skips by him. He's after it. And Simmons is into second standing. Score that a double. Smith came over quickly to back him up. For Simmons is first. Double of the season. 2 down. First inning. 1 on. Fox up. He's their cleanup hitter. Fox belts them all. On the year, 1 for 2. He's walked once. He's stolen 1 base. Pierce gets set to pitch. Simmons stretching his lead. The pitch popped high to the right side. Drifting foul. Torgerson is backing up. Second baseman Fox is racing over. He's calling him off. And makes the running catch. That's 3 away. The line for the Athletics. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. No score. The White Sox will get a try in the top of the second inning. Smith, Fox, and Rivera to bat next. Smith will start it off here in the second. He swings from the right. He does not hit for average. This is his second game. To date, he is nothing in 4 trips. Grove will go to work on him. The pitch. Base hit center field. Simmons is over. Scoops it up. And Smith holds first for the single. And that's his first hit this season. No outs. Second inning. 1 on. Fox up to hit. Nelly is a tough out. This is his second game on the season. 0 for 2. He's walked twice. Smith is fast enough to be a factor here. Grove prepares to come home. There goes Smith. Good jump. Cochran gets rid of it quickly. Smith sneaks in. Cochran made it close. Smith had a great jump. He stole it on Grove. That's his first steal of the season. So Fox will get back in there. Grove put on the rubber. Eyes narrow as he peers in for the sign. Grove looking in. He brings it home. And it's popped up in front of the plate. Cochran waves off Dykes. And he makes the catch. That's 1. And Smith holds it second. 1 down. Second inning. 1 on. Left-sided Rivera will bat next for Chicago. Rivera not strong at the plate. This is his second game so far. 0 for 3. Smith at second can move if he's prodded. Grove put on the rubber. Checks Smith at second. The pitch comes in. Rivera squares. It's bunted to the first base side. Fox picks it up. Looks at third and goes to Bishop, covering first for the easy out. Rivera has himself a successful sacrifice. Smith moves to third. Smith on at third. 2 gone. Phillips will bat next for Chicago. A right-sider. A dependable hitter. This is his second game to date. 0 for 3. He's walked once. Phillips waits. Grove looking in. Smith down the line some at third. Grove brings it. Phillips lifts a rainbringer, twisting down the line. Miller is after it, tracks it near the right field line, and he grabs it for the out. For the White Sox, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. No score. We head for the bottom of the 2nd inning. For Philadelphia, it'll be Haas, Miller, and Dykes. Haas starts it for the Athletics. Mew, a strong hitter so far this season. 3 for 4. Haas waits. Pierce looking in at the target. He brings it in. Cut on, ripped to right centered. Smith gallops for it. He cuts it off. Haas wisely holds first. Now coming to bat for the Athletics, Miller. Capable of some fine hitting. This is his second game. So far this season, 0 for 3. Haas at first has wheels. Miller gets in there. Pierce set. Now Pierce pitches. Base hit left field. Rivera is there. Spears it on 1 hop. Juggles it. Haas around second. But the third base coach is on the job. They're holding Haas at second as the throw comes in. A pair of singles for Philadelphia. And that's his first hit this season. Haas at second. Miller at first. No outs. Scoreless tie. Dykes up. Some power. An RBI opportunity for Jimmy. Pierce on the rubber. Works the ball in his glove. Pierce gets set to pitch. The runners take their lead. Pierce now swung on. Easy bounce at the box. Could be 2. He flips to Aparicio at second. Over to first. Oh, double play. Haas moves to third. Two away. Second inning. 1 on. Right-handed batter Williams steps up to face Pierce. Dibb will hurt you. So far at the plate, 1 for 2. He's walked once. Williams relaxes himself at the plate. Lawler sets up. Haas alert at third. The pitch. Williams hits a comebacker. Pierce knocks it down, barehands it, and throws to first. It's in the dirt. And away from Torgerson. Haas is trying for home. And he scores! Williams has to hold first. He probably could have gone on, but he hesitated, rounding the bag. That'll be an error on Pierce. And the Athletics go ahead by a run, 1-0 here in the second. Now at bat, Grove. Lefty taking his first at bat of the season. Left-hander Pierce ready. And the pitch. Grove waves at 1 in the dirt, and he's a strikeout victim. 3 down. That'll do it for Philadelphia. A run on 2 hits. 1 miscue for the White Sox. They leave 1. They move in front. Athletics ahead 1-0. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. The White Sox will have Aparicio, Pierce, and Landis here in the 3rd. Okay. To get it going for the White Sox here, Aparicio, right-handed batter to face Grove. Lewis will hurt you. So far this season, 1 for 4. He's stolen one base. Left-handed Grove goes to the set position. Now Grove comes home with it. Grounded hard to short. Williams fields it. Over to box at first in plenty of time. One away. Pierce is now up. Billy taking his first at bat of the season. Grove focuses in on the target. Grove over the offering. Routine grounded to second. Bishop scoops it, flips to first, and that's out number 2. Landis comes up to bat. Landis settles himself in the box. Cochran sets up. Here comes a pitch. Pop foul behind first, near the stands. Fox moves under it, takes a couple of steps to his left, and makes the catch for the final out. So the White Sox go quietly. Athletics over the White Sox 1-0, and they'll try to add to that lead coming up. Philadelphia now will send out the top of the order. Bishop, Cochran, and Simmons. Here's Bishop to start it off. Lawler crouched down now. The pitch. Grounded weakly to Torgerson. And he steps on first for the out. One away. One gone. Third inning. Left-sided Cochran will bat next for Philadelphia. Mickey steps up. Pierce looking in. Now the pitch. Cochran pops it up behind the plate. Lawler moves under it and hauls it in, and that's out number 2. Simmons walking up the bat. Simmons steadies his bat. Pierce staring in, ready to work. Pierce into his motion. Delivers on the ground. Back through the box. Fox gloves it. Spins it, fires, long stretch. Just nipped Simmons by half a step. 3 away. So the Athletics go in order after 3. Athletics up by 1. Here come the big guns for the White Sox. Torgerson, Lawler, and Smith. Here's Torgerson to lead it off. Torgerson steadies his bat. Left-handed Grove goes to the set position. The pitch. He swings, but he held up. Nope, he went too far. Earl is down on strike. 1 away. Now coming up, Lawler. Catcher ready. He delivers. Grounded to short. Williams charges. Takes it on the short hop. Throws quickly. Out at first. 2 away. Now coming to bat for the White Sox. Smith. Grove looking in. Grove to the wind. The heater. It's in there. 3 down. So the White Sox go down 1-2-3. The score still 1-0. Athletics leading. For Philadelphia here in the 4th. Fox, Haas, and Miller. Here's Fox to start it off. A right-sider. Fox waiting for Pierce. Pierce gets set to pitch. Pierce brings it to the plate. A skyscraper to deep left. Rivera races back. He turns left, and he stabs at the ball and has it. 1 down. One down. Next up, Haas. Left-hander Pierce ready. The pitch. swung on and lined. Base hit into center. Landis picks it up and keeps Haas at first. So he's on with a single. Newell with his second hit in this game. Miller is up next. Pierce wants to pin Haas to first. Miller ready. Pierce staring in, ready to work. Pierce comes to the plate. High and inside, and the count goes full. So Miller steps back in. Pitcher Pierce set to go. The payoff pitch. Pierce misses again. Miller trots down to first for the walk, and there's a runner in scoring position, and that's the first walk issued by Pierce. That was Miller's first walk of the season. The Athletics have one out. Haas on second, Miller on first, up by one. Dykes up to hit. Pierce is on the slab, checks the runners. Pierce with the pitch. Swung on, but it's a fly ball to the gap in right. Smith is racing over, but he won't get it. It's to the wall. Haas scores. Miller rounding third. The throw comes into Torgerson. Dykes then standing with a double, and they're holding Miller at third. So the double scores one, and the Athletics now lead 2-0. For Dykes his first double of the season, and that's his first hit this season. That's Dykes' first run batted in of the season. 2 on, the bottom of the fourth inning. Now Williams to face Pierce. Bats right. Lawler set. White Sox playing for the out at first. Pierce to the wind. Breaking ball. Pulled hard down the line. Hooking. Fair ball. That's good for extra bases. Rivera is chasing it into the corner. It's off the wall. He's after it. 2 runs will score. Williams going for 3, and there will be a play at third. Safe. The throw was just a bit wide. Triple for Williams. So they score 2 on the triple, and the Athletics now lead 4-0. Grove is up next. Grove steps in. Pierce looking home. White Sox playing for the out at first. And now the pitch. Swung on. Big K. And Grove is retired. 2 down. Bishop is up next. Pierce is ready to fire it in. The pitch. Swung on. Blooper down the right field line. Smith racing in. It drops. Williams coming down the line. And he scores. And Bishop slips going around first. He's headed for second. The throw. The tag. And he's safe. Double and an RBI. So the double scores 1. This ball game now 5-0. For Bishop, his first double of the season, and that's his first hit this season. Cochran up there. And here comes White Sox manager McCoy. He's asking Pierce for the ball. McCoy is bringing in McBride to face Cochran. He'll lose the platoon advantage. So Pierce is yanked early. He goes only 3 2/3. He yielded 5 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits, 1 walk. He fans 2. He's responsible for the runner. He can only lose it. For McBride, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll try to hold him to let the White Sox get back in it. McBride takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. McBride staring in, ready to work. The pitch. And he walks him. Mickey Moses down to first, setting up the force. That was Cochran's first walk of the season. Simmons is now up. Simmons ready to bat. McBride looking home. The runners take their lead. He wheels and deals. He swings. But he held up, and it's ball 4. Al takes his base on the walk, and the sacks will be jammed. That was Simmons' first walk of the season. For Philadelphia, bases loaded. 2 outs. Fox up. Pitcher McBride eyeing Fox. Now he's ready. The runners take their lead. And the pitch comes in outside. And it just barely misses. That's the base on ball. McBride thinks the ump squeezed the plate, and that walks in a run. And the bases are still loaded. The score now, 6-0. That gives Fox 2 RBI on the season. The Athletics have 2 away. The table is set. Here's Haas to take his swings. Haas takes his stance. Catcher ready. The pitch. Easy bounce at Fox. He scoops it up. Over to Aparicio, covering second for the 3rd out. The half for the Athletics. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They leave 3. So the Athletics have now taken a big lead. Athletics ahead 6-0. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Fox, Rivera, and Phillips due up for Chicago. Fox will lead it off. Fox, decent bat control. Batter ready. Grove gets set to work on him. The pitch. Fly ball left field. No trouble. Haas moves under it and brings it down. 1 away. Here comes Rivera to take his cuts. You don't see him on much. He's a free swinger. Rivera ready to bat. Grove looking home. Grove comes home. Upstairs with a fast one. Rivera doesn't offer. And Grove gets the call. He's out on strikes. 2 gone. Phillips to face Grove. Grove will go to work on him. Grove winds and fires. Grove loses him, and he trots down to first. And that's the first walk issued by Grove. Aparicio up. Grove staring in, ready to work. Now Grove pitches. A whiff, and Aparicio did not look good on that pitch. 3 down. That'll do it for Chicago. No runs on no hits. The score is still 6-0 Philadelphia as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Athletics will have Miller, Dykes, and Williams here in the 5th. Miller leading it off. Miller ready to bat. Now McBride ready. McBride brings it to the plate. Grounded toward third. Phillips fields it. Fires. Got him. 1 down. Now coming to bat for the Athletics. Dykes. Lawler crouched down now. And now the pitch. Right by him. Strike 3. 2 gone. Williams walking up to bat. Williams ready to bat. McBride poised. The pitch. Williams started to go round, but he checked his swing in time. He takes a walk to first. Here comes Grove to take his cuts. Right-handed McBride goes to the set position. The pitch to Grove. Grove lifts a lazy pop fly. Phillips drifts back into left and brings it down. That'll do it for Philadelphia. No runs on no hits, no errors. One left. The score still stands 6-0. Athletics as we head for the top of the 6th inning. McBride, Landis, and Torgerson due up for Chicago. McBride to lead it off. Grove ready. White Sox skipper McCoy walking down the bench. McCoy is recalling pitcher McBride. Boone is enlisted to hit for him. That's right. He grabs a bat, walks confidently before the crowd. So McBride goes 1 1/3. He leaves with no runs on no hits. Here's Boone to start it off. It's hard to keep Boone off the base pass. Left-hander Grove ready. Grove into the wind. Grove loses him, and he trots down to first. And that's only the second walk issued by Grove. Now coming to bat for the White Sox, Landis. Grove prepared to work. The pitch comes in. Swing and a miss, and Landis is out. 1 down. Torgerson walking up to bat. Grove gets set to pitch. White Sox manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. He'll share the playing time. McInerney has a bat in his hands. He'll step in for Torgerson to face the left-hander. McInerney to bat. Left-hander Grove ready. The pitch. Slap towards second. Bishop takes it on one hop. Flips to Williams. They get him. Over to first. Safe. McInerney beats the ball to first. But they get the lead runner. 2 away. Lawler is up next. Left-hander Grove ready. Here's a pitch from Grove. It's grounded into the hole. Scooped by Williams. Thrown on to first. Safe. He's safe. High throw drew box off the bag. That should be an error on Williams. Here comes Smith to take his cuts. Smith relaxes himself at the plate. Cochran sets up. The runners take their lead. Grove cranks it up. Routine fly ball to right. Miller moves under it and brings it down. The line for the White Sox. No runs, no hits, and 1 athletic error. They leave 2. An opportunity wasted. Athletics up 6-0. The White Sox will face the top of the order here in the 6th. Bishop, Cochran, and Simmons. Boone. He'll be playing first for Chicago. Staley is coming on to pitch for the White Sox. He'll bat second. For Staley, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. They'll give him some innings. Bishop starts it for the Athletics. Staley takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Bishop ready to bat. Catcher ready. The pitch. Scorched back through the box. It caroms off his leg. Aparicio charges over. Bang, bang, play at first. Bishop is out. Staley shakes it off. He'll be all right. 1 down. Cochran, bat in hand. Staley ready. Staley comes to the plate. Slashed into the hole. Aparicio is ranging. Backhand stab. He's got it. Guns it to first. Cochran beats it out. Simmons is the next hitter. Staley now set. He cranks and fires. Simmons squibs it to the left side. A swinging bunt. Phillips charges it, picks it up, guns it to first, but Simmons beats the throw. That'll be an infield hit for Simmons. That's Simmons' second hit of the game. Next batter, Fox. Staley set. Here comes a pitch. Grounded hard to Phillips. He's up with it. He goes to second for one. Back to first. Double play. And they get out of the inning. For the Athletics, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. They leave 1. The score still 6-0. Athletics leading. The White Sox will have Fox, Rivera, and Phillips here in the 7th. Here's Fox to lead it off. Not a lot of power. Grove looking home. Grove to the wind. Grove fans him. 1 away. White Sox hitter Rivera. Rivera does not reach a lot. Batter up. Cochran ready to receive. Grove brings it. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 2 down. Phillips getting ready to go. Grove focuses in on the target. Now he comes home with it. A high drive to deepest center. Simmons has it all the way. Side retired. The Athletics retire the side in order. Athletics up 6-0. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. Haas, Miller, and Dykes to bat next. To get it going, Haas. Catcher ready. The pitch. Check swing. He held up, and he walks. That was Haas' first walk of the season. Miller getting ready to go. Staley gets set to work on him. They're holding Haas. But he's well off the bag. Here's the delivery. Slap towards second. Fox takes it on one hop. Flips to Aparicio. They get him. Over to first. Double play. Dykes is up next. Staley gets set to work on him. Staley fires it in. Rip and a miss by Dykes, and that's a strikeout. 3 down. The line for the Athletics. 0-0-0. Athletics still leading by 6. Aparicio, Boone, and Landis due up for Chicago. To get it going, Aparicio. Only a miracle will do here. Grove looking in. Grove delivers. Fly ball left field. It's playable. Haas moves under it, and he's got it. 1 away. White Sox hitter Boone. Cochran sets up. Grove deals. Check swing. He held up, and he walks. Landis, bat in hand. Landis ready to bat. Grove comes set. The offering to Landis. blown away, and it jumps out of the catcher's mitt. He's after it. It didn't go far, and Boone has to hold first. Ball one. So Landis will get back in there. Grove focuses in on the target. The pitch. Landis squibs it to the left side. A swinging bunt. Dykes charges it, picks it up, guns it to first, but Landis beats the throw. That'll be an infield hit for Landis. Here comes Staley to take his cuts. Cochran ready to receive. White Sox manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. You can mark pitcher Staley out for the White Sox. McCoy not letting him bat. Romano will now hit for him. That's right. He grabs a bat, walks confidently before the crowd. So Staley goes 2 innings. He yielded no runs on 2 hits. Romano getting ready to go. Pitcher Grove set to go. The runners take their lead. The delivery from Grove high. Ball one. Romano stands in again. Left-hander Grove ready. Here he comes. This one's got a chance. Haas gives chase. Now he gives up. It's a Getty-goner. Romano takes his victory lap. That's good for 3 big runs. So Romano has his first homer of the season. The White Sox have 3 runs. So the White Sox answer back, but it's still 6-3 Philadelphia. And Romano now has 3 runs batted in on the season. The top of the 8th inning, right-handed batter Lawler steps up to face Grove. Lawler is hitless in 3 at-bats. Lawler has patience. The White Sox have to get busy with the bat. And here comes Athletics manager McCoy. He's asking Grove for the ball. McCoy is calling for a new pitcher. It will be right-handed Krause in to face Lawler. So Grove gets his innings. He pitched 7 1/3. His line, 3 runs on 3 hits. A homer, 3 walks. He struck out 7. He stands to win it. For Krause, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. The damage has been done. He just wants to get out of the inning. It's his game to save. Krause is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Batter facing Krause. Pitcher Krause set to go. Here's a pitch. Grounded to second. He's there. Plenty of time, and that's the second out. The next White Sox batter is Smith. Al has been up 3 times with 1 hit. He's stolen the base. Next up, Fox and Rivera. Krause prepared to work. The pitch. Smith hits a ground hugger towards second. Bishop picks it up and flips to first. Routine. Side retired. For the White Sox, 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. They score, but still trailed by 3. Athletics ahead 6-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Athletics will have Williams, Krause, and Bishop here in the 8th. Stanka is coming on to pitch for the White Sox. He'll bat second. For Stanka, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. Here's Williams to start it off. Bats from the right. Stanka is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Right-hander Stanka ready. Stanka winds up. chopper back to the mound. Stanka up with it. Flips to first for the out. Kraus walking up the bat. Lou taking his first at bat of the season. Stanka looking in at the target. Stanka brings it home. And it's hit on a line to right center. Landis with a long run. He'll get there. Kraus is gone. 2 away. Bishop gets set to bat against Stanka. He's their leadoff hitter. Batter waits. Stanka poised. Stanka with the pitch. Cued toward third. Phillips has it. Slings it to first and gets him. 3 away. For the Athletics. 3 up, 3 down. After 8, it's still 6-3. Athletics. For Chicago. Here in the 9th, Fox, Rivera, and Phillips. Fox will start it off here in the 9th, hitting from the left side. Fox has patience. White Sox need to put men on base now. They'll go to Rommel. So Kraus goes only 2/3 of an inning. The line on him. No runs or hits. For Rommel, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. It's his game to save. Rommel is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Batter waits. Rommel gets set to pitch. Rommel delivers. Loop to left toward the gap. And it drops for a hit. Haas gets it back in, and Fox is on at first. And that's his first hit this season. No one out. 9th inning. 1 on. Here's Rivera to hit for the White Sox. They need Rivera to get on some way, somehow. Cochran sets up. Rommel kicks and deals. Popped up in foul territory. Cochran scrambles back toward the screen. It's playable, and he makes the catch. And that's the first out. Right-handed batter Phillips now walks out to bat. 1 away. Fox on at first for Chicago. Phillips gets in there. Cochran ready to receive. Here's a pitch. Phillips pops it up behind the plate. Cochran moves under it, and he's got it. 2 away. For Chicago. Fox on at first. 2 gone. Next to bat for Chicago is Aparicio from the right. Aparicio wants to fight his way aboard somehow. Boone swinging his bat lightly in the on-deck circle. Aparicio settles himself in the box. Cochran sets up. Rommel cranks it up. Swung on. Grounded to Dykes at third. Only 1 play. The long throw to first. Got him. And that does it. The Athletics have closed this one out, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of McCoy. Philadelphia restricted the White Sox bats to 4 hits. Here's the line for the Athletics. 6 runs on 9 hits, 1 misadventure. They leave 7 for the White Sox. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 misadventure, and they leave 5. Grove gets the win, his first. His record now 1-0. Pierce takes the loss, his first. His record now 0-1. The save goes to Rommel, his first. So the Athletics gain a step in this 3-game series. They now stand at 2-0 for the Athletics. Overall, they now stand at 2-0. And this game is in the books. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from Philadelphia. Athletics take this one from the White Sox, 6-3.
All right. Well, the White Sox at least tried to come back. It wasn't a complete laugher after all, 6-3. So welcome in to Arnold Hunter. Yes, APBA has many computer managers. There are some that are created just for specific eras. Others that are done like for like kind of I guess dealing with injuries and what's it's called advanced injury management. All kinds of managers. So yeah, this isn't so unlike Strat. My understanding of Strat PC is it's a conversion basically of, and I could be wrong, like the conversion of the Strat PC cards and dice. This actually has artificial intelligence, and it's pretty good too. So yep, does have, and welcome into you. So yeah, some things I'm kind of toying around with because I know we're always talking about play-by-plays. So I'm going to be doing a comparison just of some, not all the digital baseball games I have, but some of them, just kind of comparing some of their play-by-play and stuff like that. This will be in there. Diamond Mine Baseball will be in there. Two versions of Out of the Park Baseball, Action PC, and probably Digital Diamond because you can do it. I'll even throw in Old Time Baseball just to talk about play-by-play. And I'm going to pick a few that really don't have play-by-play, like Baseball Mogul, stuff like that. And yeah, so there's going to be that. Upcoming is going to be some tutorial videos for a couple people in the chat that like Diamond Mine Baseball, and I also want to show a sort of comparison between Out of the Park and its 2D mode and Diamond Mine Baseball. So a lot of people talk about Diamond Mine not being very pretty, and I mean it's not, but I still like its kind of old school aesthetic. I guess it looks like something that I don't know. I guess for folks, if desktop computers were around in the 70s, which they weren't yet, um, that what the game might have looked like in the 70s, although even not at that resolution. So I want to do some fun stuff. We'll be back tonight with Ned McGreevy as we continue down that road. I gave my 60s draft league a little test run today, and it's playing nicely. I've got ballparks assigned. I just picked ballparks and assigned them to wherever, but already that's been pretty cool. Um, Negro League Baseball, we're going to be starting on that probably. I'm thinking around February. Why not? Black History Month. So we'll start germinating that, if you will. I still haven't made a final decision yet on. I'm really going toward Action PC Baseball though for that, just because again I found a comma delimited file for Out of the Park Baseball, which would allow me to bring in these players, but um, records, right? Newspaper accounts were so sketchy, and back in the days of segregation, unfortunately, you had just, you had, well, fortunately and unfortunately, double-edged swords. You had, newspapers that were just for the African American community, and unfortunately, um, stats were very, very sketchy, things like that, and names. You have some of the names in there, they didn't have names for these players, so that's why I'm thinking, even though Dave Cook only did 8 Negro League seasons, I think we can get a good cross section because he did. There's 3 from the 1920s and 5 from the 1930s. Smelly Wrestling Geek says, "I've come to find graphics to be less and less important in sports sims." I would expect. You know what? I would agree with that too. I mean, um, yeah, Arnold. Back to the managers thing, really, really quickly. There are actually this, and I hope you're sitting down, and I hope Robbie's sitting down because Robbie's a big baseball for Windows fan. There's actually hundreds, hundreds. In fact, there's a site that has thousands of AI managers for APBA Baseball. So yes, there's a lot. There's a lot, and there's also a manager creator for this game as well, which I've never, ever, ever messed with. So don't ever expect a video on that. At least not like within the next year. I've never messed with the manager creator. But yeah, there's just absolutely tons. It's on the appa.net site. Or no, oh, that has those. digital skybox, Robbie. But you can download, I think, a lot of managers for APBA. I know there's at least 10 or 12, if not more, which they cover everything you'd want. And I think those are on the APBA.net site, I think. You should definitely go there if you're an Apple player. There's a lot of great free stuff on there. A lot of the leagues on there, though, you're going to need an earlier version of Baseball for Windows to play it, which I have. So if you find anything that you want me to convert to 5.75, as long as it doesn't become a full-time job, I'll be glad to do it. So, yep. It's a good game, Arnold. It's $28. It is $28. Yeah. Now to get to those, Robbie, Digital Skybox it's a year subscription. It's like $20 for the year. But there's tons and tons and tons of managers, and I didn't install. There's no way I even installed all of them. Let me see. I'll show you just. Let's see, manager. So auto select manager. So here you can see. I mean, I've hardly even right. So Deacon Brown, or yeah, Deacon Brown and Ulysses Brown. These guys are like 19th century. You have Jake Malloy. There's one guy in here, Rabbit Schindel. He is specifically. You can play him in other seasons, but he's actually designed for one season. But you can use him. But he's a dead ball manager. There's a couple modern era players. I usually just use Johnny McCoy. I think he's a good AI manager. But I have like a, just so many more managers for this game. I haven't found a need for them. But let me just cancel this. And while I'm here, though, I'm going to assign Shibe to Philadelphia, so I don't have to go through all that crazy stuff that I just did just now. So rules, team home field, Philadelphia Athletics, Shibe Park, okay. And there we go. It did put in Shibe. That's nice. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah. Just what you have to be careful of is make sure that the manager is set for AIM or non-AIM, because if you put in a non-AIM manager, advanced injury management, and right, and you use a non-AIM manager, it'll do like wacky things because that AI isn't going to be programmed to worry about usage and things like that, like player fatigue. So pay pay important attention to that. Luckily, um, APBA's help file is extremely robust, which is real nice. So, um, you can go in here, and think I think there's something in here about the managers that come default with the game and who to use when. It's been a while. Yep, there we go, managers. All right. So these are micromanagers. Blah, 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 list available micromanagers for. There we go. So the ones that come with the game, um, there's a lot. I have most. I don't. I have these. I haven't installed all of these guys. Like I said, you can see the list is insane. It is just insane. Um, but so like for Johnny McCoy, he's so like Larry Pepper's a good choice when you're playing seasons from the mid 20th century era of baseball. Like Robinson, he's educated in the ways of advanced injury management. So it's just really important. I think that you do those, right? But we have Ned Jennings here. He's dead ball. Rabbit Schindel, um, also dead ball. And then it breaks down. There's 1920s and all the way through. So by decade, that's how deep this game is. And then you get guys like this Gortley Richards, um, who just, yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But I don't know. I mean, I've been playing this game mostly. I'm just using Johnny McCoy no matter what the error. I think he's a good all-around manager. And with a league like this, where I have teams ranging from 1931 to 19 to 1980, he works really, really well. I mean, 1930s isn't exactly mid 20th century, but it's close enough. And certainly 1980 isn't, but I think he's a good all-around manager. But you can switch up managers, and you almost get something that would be close to, but not quite like you have in Action PC Baseball, where you can normalize to a year and set manager strategies that way. But these are really good. They are really, really good. Yeah, you can. Yeah, definitely. Just go to the help file. The help for yeah, blah, Action PC for APBA Baseball for Windows. Your This is like your, like, if you go to your how do I, right? This help file is your best friend. It really is. How am I going to set up a league play? How to shut down auto games, things like that. Because I need to remember how to do that because I have two teams on here. With Goose Goslin is on he's on two different teams, and I don't like that when the same players playing, especially in these what if leagues. But right, there's just all kinds of stuff here. If you and I were doing, let's say you and I and anybody else interested in baseball for window, if we were doing league, how do you create a commissioner file to email out to your league members, which you can do in Action PC. So this game did a lot. It really, really did a lot. And Steve Tate was surprised yesterday that this game is still available. It absolutely is. It gets updates, the whole thing. And the version I'm running is the latest. It's 5.75. Again, one of the differences, though, is you need an earlier version to be able to do the Fan Park Encyclopedia import to create projects like this. You also need it for BCK files to convert them. But as I offered yesterday, maybe along with the baseball website that I really do want to set up, um, I'm going to create some stuff that APBA doesn't sell. Like maybe recreating certain sort of products from other PC games for use in APBA where I can. MV coming in says, "Hope all is well. I hope all is well with you, Tara. Slancha and cheers. Good to see you, MV." So yeah, is the software you use to create managers difficult? It's tricky, Robbie. And there's so many, I can't even imagine. If you go onto Digital Skybox and you do that, I don't even see why you would have to create managers, Robbie. I really don't. I mean, if you want to go and mess around with that, you certainly can. But there's so many managers for this game. And the only thing I would say is if you can find the utility, I've just never bothered with it. There's a utility that just renames the manager. So if you actually want Connie Mack, the name Connie Mack to be said in the broadcast, and John McGraw, Casey Stengel, whatever, Ralph Houck, you can do that. But I don't know. Personally, Robbie, with as many fan-created managers as there are out there, plus the ones that list, right, supplied by APBA just for their managers, I just don't see how you would ever, ever, ever need to create your own managers. I really don't. I think you'd be better served, creating leagues, doing the things that you're doing in Diamond Mine Baseball, getting deep into Action PC Baseball, into Out of the Park. There's just so many managers out there. But, you know, if that's something that floats your boat, good luck. I just really think that you would be kind of you'd be reinventing the wheel. You'd really be reinventing the wheel. So, but that said, you can go out there and find it. Um, and if you have a virtual environment, you said you had a virtual machine running on your PC, then you'll be able to use a lot of these utilities. A lot of these utilities you can't use in a modern operating system. So do bear that in mind as well. I mean, Digital Skybox is $20 for the year. It's a good deal. I was gonna re-up on it, but I decided not to. I'm just gonna make my own ballparks for this game. That was really my interest in Digital Skybox, but yeah. I did find a Negro League homebrew, which we're not going to use, by the way, in the league that MV and I are wanting to put together. I'm not going to use the Negro Leagues in baseball for Windows. Even though you can definitely manage and all that kind of stuff. I would rather us do that in either Action PC or Out of the Park. I'd love to do it in Diamond Mine, but Diamond Mine's just not going to fly in this community, unfortunately. And it's such a good game. Such a good game. As far as that comparison video, Robbie, as far as play-by-plays, well, I could almost segue into it now. We just heard one of them, Baseball for Windows, as far as play-by-play. But I was messing around today with Out of the Park version 8, which is free. It's freely available. And I was looking at that play-by-play, and it is really, really good. It's really good. So it's pretty much on par with Diamond Mind. Um, it's close. It's very, very close. So, but I just thought that would just be fun to just kind of mess around with that. And of course, you can recreate that in Out of the Park 23 if you want that view. You don't want the fancy graphics. The other thing that's neat about the play-by-play in Out of the Park 8 is if you're playing in pitch mode, as each pitch comes in, it's going to show, like, if you go on like MLB and you can do like watch games, quote unquote, you can see where the pitches are coming in, their location, whether they're ball, strike, or in play. Out of the Park does that. Out of the Park 8 does that. And if you play it at bat mode, after the at bat, it shows you all the pitch locations, which isn't just for Windows dressing. It gives you a good indication of where your pitcher is, and you'll see that change through the game as you would in real life. So that's another little deep thing in Out of the Park baseball that you don't have in Action PC baseball's pitch location. Tracking pitch location, Out of the Park does do that. I'm sure that's something, unless Steve is going to pop on here at some point and say, oh no, it will, and you can see where it tracks pitch location. I've never seen that anywhere in Action PC. Um, Folks, you have one more day. Steam Winter Sale ends tomorrow. Last chance to pick up Out of the Park Baseball 23 for $10. You really can't beat it. I think they'll probably have one more sale right before Out of the Park 24 releases, but I don't think it's going to be $10 at that point. And I know around All-Star Game, they usually have it on sale for $5. And I mean, to pass up the entirety of baseball history for $10 or $5, I think is crazy. Actually, I think it's crazy to pass it up for $40. It's full price, but anyhow, off topic. MV wanted some or some Diamond Mine baseball tutorials, so those will be coming up. Draft leagues, all that kind of stuff, combining databases, show you how to combine the all-time great players, volumes 1 and 2, if you have both of those. Show you how to combine all kinds of different stuff. So we'll have some fun with Diamond Mine, and yeah, there we go. That's about it. So I see viewership dropped off drastically, so we're going to close this off here in a minute. But thank you. We had 5 concurrent viewers at one time with 5 likes, so batting 1,000 is always a nice thing. Again, Ned McGreevy tonight, and I also do want to schedule that chat of why do you love baseball? I really think that's going to be fun. Try to figure out a night to do that, see if I can get a couple people to actually come on with me so that it's not just me preaching or whatever and answering things. Of course, chat can be active, but it'd be nice to maybe get Ken on here on the night if he's up to it, feeling up to it. If we could drag Clinton on here, whoever might want to. I know Steve would be certainly willing to do it. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and maybe we can, as we're doing the chat, we can have a game going. Maybe somebody, if you want, maybe want to do some color or maybe call an inning or two. Call an inning or two of the game. I think that would be, let's make it a sort of party and a celebration of the national pastime. To me, the the greatest game ever invented, baseball. I know others would beg to differ, but you know, that's all good and fine and well. I think this is a perfectly created game, and it's the most difficult of all team sports. And I don't think anybody would dispute that. It is the most difficult of team sports. So why we love it, why it endures, and why and even though we know how much Rob Manfred and the owners and the players are really messing with this game. Here we are. We're still waiting for pitchers and catchers to report in about 6 weeks. Well, our love for this game is deep, and I just want to just have a good like the old days, right? The old hot stove league and stuff like that. Where in the off season, and that came from what they would do back in the day. They would sit in the back of a general store or whatever, literally in the wintertime around a hot stove like a fire burning, wood burning stove, whatever, and talk about the upcoming baseball season and things like that. We can have our own little hot stove league, but just dedicated to this game. Ken says, one of the most difficult things in sports hitting a baseball. Trust me, I know. Yeah. In fact, I've read it's the most difficult thing. You think about it, right? The best hitters fail 70% of the time, and nobody can hit that ball for you. It's one of the beauties of baseball, of the many, and I don't want to get into this chat now, but I will say this. It's the only team sport where you have a one-on-one confrontation. Doris Kearns Goodwin, who's a huge baseball fan, eminent historian, also a big boxing fan as well. She talked about that, and her analogy of the pitcher batter confrontation. She makes a nice analogy with two boxers in a ring. Yeah, there's no physical contact, but you're sizing each other up just like boxers are, right? And F ball, you've got a bunch of dudes. If you're a quarterback, you got a bunch of dudes on the line blocking for you. Um, you know, and all these other sports, which I really don't care about. But nobody can hit for you. And like Earl Weaver said, you know what? You don't need any damn clock in baseball. You know, every team's got to get its ups. And Mario Cuomo, what did he say? As long as you keep scoring, you can play forever. And I love that. And even though they're bringing in pitch clocks, still. But that's for another chat, another night. Right. There's no assist for hitting a baseball. Exactly. There's no. And another thing, right? So we can make it a prelude to that chat. What else? You cannot go to your specialist every time. Look at basketball, right? So the Chicago Bulls could go to Michael Jordan all the time, right? If in F ball, I don't know a lot about F ball, but right, so the Steelers could always go to Franco Harris to run the ball. But in baseball, buddy, if you got Mike Trout is only up right once every 9 times or whatever. So you can't just say, okay, I have bases loaded. I'm going to bring in Trout now to hit. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Love it. I love it. Um, Also, it's different, right? Defense. This isn't why I love. There's other reasons I love the game, but it just things to think about for our next chat, guys. Right? Or for when we do the chat. Only sport where the defense has the ball. Of course, including softball, but I'm just talking about the four major team sports. There's no goals, right? So F-ball, basketball, and hockey, what are you doing? You're defending goals. You're not doing that in baseball. There's no goals to defend. Um, it's, yeah, so many things. And as much as the game has changed, a 300 hitter now means the same as what it meant in 1912. And I love that. In 1952, in 1978, the metrics in this game are beautiful. The statistics, you can meaningfully compare players across eras. Ken Castro says another reason 215 hitters play every day. There are other specifically that is slick fielding can't be quantified with the average person watching the game. Brilliant point. So Ken, hold on to that one when we do the Why Do You Love Baseball. Please do. So good stuff. Good stuff. Ken asking Robbie when is he going to play Ned McGreevy again on Diamond Mine. He says maybe tonight, Ken. We'll see. Hopefully you'll be able to keep up with the project, Robbie. And I say that nicely. Hopefully you can keep up with that because people are keenly interested in how the league is going to play out on 2 other platforms. So, cool beans on that. I've been putting up videos in the Discord, guys. Put one up on Lefty O'Doul, and there was one up there on Smokey Joe Wood. I'm going to be putting those up periodically. Nobody picked Lefty O'Doul, by the way. Jake Daubert. These are 2 guys that never made it onto anybody's teams, and I was really surprised. So, up there for fun. There are YouTube links. Check them out in the Discord when you have some time. Yeah, Robbie does have a lot of projects, which is also in a way why I'm kind of dissuading you from going down the rabbit hole creating baseball for Windows managers when there are just hundreds, if not thousands. I think Digital Skybox boasts. Let me look at their. Let me bring up their site and I'll bring it on the screen for you. I think they mention how many managers they have on the site. So I'll bring it over to you guys. So you'll see it here in a second. Just give it a minute. It's a very retro looking website. Breaks every rules. Breaks all the rules. So here it is. This is Digital Skybox website. I've never ever seen that thing, but it is legit. It's cool. So there is a members thing, a members area. So here you go, Robbie. Do you see all of these managers just here? And plus there's a separate file. So look at this, right? Draft League managers. And they're using some of the real names here too to give you more of an idea of what you would be getting into using these guys, right? So you've got Alexander Cartwright. Well, you know, he's going to be very early baseball. Right? Look, we got Billy Martin in here. Bingo Long, so for Negro Leagues, right? There's versions of Casey Stengel, right? Then look at these. Broken down by decade. Look at all this. Why would you even want to bother creating? You don't even have to make managers. They're here. And for 20 bucks, all you've got to do is just download them. Or you can just get them in a zip file. One big zip file. Yeah, right? And there, Ken Castro is a long time APBA player saying it's nuts. It is. Yeah. So why create managers? Here they are. They're everywhere. So these guys for the draft leagues, this guy's for replays. So, and I love some of these names. We got Dirty Jack Burkett, right? Bull Grant, Tip Davis, Showboat Walker. I love some of the names that these guys have. They're awesome. We got Hall of Fame managers in here. Look, you got Casey Stengel, Earl Weaver, Bucky Harris, Connie Mack, Tony La Russa, Joe Torre, Al Lopez, pardon me, Whitey Herzog, Sparky Anderson, Wilbert Robinson, Bill McKechnie, Ned Hanlon, Joe McCarthy, John McGraw, Billy Southworth, Bobby Cox, Leo DeRocher, Miller Huggins, Tommy Lasorda, Walt Alston, and Rube Foster. 2 versions of Rube. All these guys are Hall of Fame managers. So you're playing 1970s baseball, for instance, 1980s baseball. Look at this, man. You got Tommy Lasorda. You're ready to rock. You got Joe Torre. You got Whitey Herzog, right? You want to get in 1960s baseball. There's, you know, in 70s. There's Earl Weaver. You got Tony La Russa in here. 1920s baseball, there's Bill McKechnie. 1930s, you got Billy Southworth. I mean, it's just insane. Then you have replay managers for specific years. So you want to replay 2020 in this. You have managers devoted just to 2020. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so Ken says look on 1950s decade. There's an additional 160 managers. Yeah, it's insane. It's really, really, really insane. So it's more than 160 managers for this decade. Ken is right. Good catch. Look at 1970s. All right. So 1970, 1979 managers cards, one for each manager for every season. That's more than 200 managers, you start adding this stuff up, and you would never, ever, ever be at a loss. And you would never need to create managers for this game. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And there's other crazy stuff here also on Digital Skybox. You can get access to ballparks, major and minor league. There's Negro League stuff on here. Pardon me, guys. Get a bit of a coffee or whatever. Um, and landed a new job today, by the way, so very happy about that. So I'll let you guys know how that's going to play out. Our baseball isn't going to suffer, and most of you guys are hardcore in here late at night anyhow. Dirty Jack Burkett is taking over the Liberty Tree soon, says Ken Castro. So what else is on Digital Skybox, man? Well, there's all kinds of stuff here, like from Mako Joe Software, Joe Sweeney. So this site, if you're a longtime APBA player, you know about Joe Sweeney's site. It's been around here forever. It's got a disc unscrambler, which you really don't need anymore now because I showed you guys during the broadcast. You can actually look at the player's card in game, and I suppose, of course, I know you would do it honestly. Is that I see like Al and a lot of guys are like scanning in their APA cards and Strat cards and doing them up so they're not taking up table space. Well, just you could screenshot these cards and still roll your dice and play APA and just have Excel or whatever take care of it. Benny House has a disc unscrambler, a master game symbol adjuster, synchronizer, a CMBA grade calculation converter, a text importer exporter. There's other ones. The Wayback Machine, you can get to it, but but now a lot of these again will not work on 5.75, so you do need an earlier version of Baseball for Windows. Hit eBay. That you can find. You can go back to 3.0. Baseball for Windows 3.0 was the first edition of Broadcast Blast. So the Fan Park Encyclopedia, unfortunately, though, I saw it one time, and somebody was doing it, selling it for like hundreds of dollars. It's like having Baseball Reference on a disc. Oh, thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. Looks like it's going to be a pretty cool job. Pretty fun. Ken Castro didn't want to brag, but I beat Joe Sweeney at the APA convention. Nice. He says he's an awesome human being. He is. He's a good guy. I don't know him nowhere near as well as you, but just some interactions I've had with him way in the past about the game. Phil Murray has this Norwood career database, which is really neat. So no historical game replayer would be caught dead without the must-have utilities offered by Phil Murray. And we can certainly go to his website if we want. His database tool at the top of the list, Phil describes the essential program below. He says the Norwood Career Database is an application that works with statistical records from the Baseball for Windows product or with manually entered via Excel data and is oriented to multi-year record keeping. So I think Steve Tate would actually dig this big time. It provides users with a means of collecting multiple years' worth of stat data from Baseball for Windows StatMaster, which I've never shown you guys yet. Never shown you guys StatMaster yet, and I probably should. And querying that data in many ways. So you have there's just so much. So I think this is what Steve would really be after. Internet Archives, again, your best friend for that. There's an A+ lineup generator. I happen to like the lineup generator in APA, so I used to play with this. This was around before the lineup generator. So before in Baseball for Windows, you would have the Pankin optimizer, and it was some mathematician guy that was saying, yeah, he was gracious, which is gold, right? We need more graciousness in the world, my friend, and that's what we have in this community. And but so there's this mathematician that was trying to say, like that the conventional baseball wisdom, you had your power hitters at 3, 4, 5. He tried to prove it was wrong, and so he felt that your power hitter should be up first. And so, I thought, well, I'll give it a try. This was back in the day, and It was crazy, man. You'd have Babe Ruth leading off, or you'd have Lou Gehrig leading off the game. It's like, and you'd have Ty Cobb batting third. His thing was, well, your power hitter is gonna, right? Good chance he's gonna get a home run or a big extra base hit, right? But I think conventional baseball wisdom actually is right. You want to get somebody with high OPS, right? High on base percentage, high OPS, whatever you want to, right? You want to get on base. Those power hitters are going to bat them in so you can group up your runs. So never liked it. Baseball for Windows or APBA realized people didn't like it, and they did put in auto, which is creates the lineups, and they're pretty damn good. But this A plus lineup generator was around before APBA did that, so it's really really cool. It's really cool. Yep, I do know about the optimizer. Yep, yep. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty as far as I think the optimizer would be useful in some ways. There's the Pankin optimizer, and then there's one other thing that comes with the game, and I can't remember what it's called. Um, but there's just like there's a crap ton. Um, the website's not built very well. It really is not built very well. Right up here, the breadcrumb really some of the breadcrumbs work. Here's all the managers for Digital Skybox 2023 managers. Um, and I don't know if we can actually go into this or not. Okay, so what you can do is if you don't want to if you're just interested in managers, right? So you can get these. For instance, if you want to do this as with a flash drive membership, right? So basically, what this is, you get a flash. Well, you get a flash drive plus a 1 year membership. This is $30 for the year, or $35 for the year, and you basically get everything plus access to this entire site. You can just get the Hall of Fame managers if you want. This is download only with 1 year free updates. It's $10. So you could just get those Hall of Fame managers that we talked about on Digital Skybox. Not a show for this guy. I have no idea who he is or whatever. I know that it's just really not a very good website as far as navigation. In fact, it's really bad. I will show you how bad it is. So I'm trying to look here for ballparks. Can't really find them. You got to like really dig around to just find things. But see, like up here, so stadium files. Well, you can't click on it. So Negro League Baseball, you can't click on it. Japanese baseball, you can't. Homemade discs, you can't click on it. So this is like very 1990s web design, and you can also the other dead giveaway, this thing in the middle, and then having this wallpaper in the back. This is not the way you design websites anymore. Um, so again for online managers, you would just do your username, password, log in, and download your heart's content. I don't know. It's good stuff. There's here's the manager's dugout. Um, so I don't know if I can download. Let's try downloading these Buck Miller managers. Let's see if I can actually get them. Oh, yeah, I can. Haha. I don't know who they are. Let's see. Who is Buck Miller 2021? Let's look at the text file on him. And let's open it. All right. So he's a modern draft league manager, best used for contemporary replays with MBFs on for pitchers. However, this isn't required as a manager may be used for other draft seasons and with BFs off. So, right, minimum batters faced. Not designed for historic replay or with AIM off. This is a free version and may be used by anyone. So you can get free managers on here as well. And I know Robbie likes all things free. So, um, but so the AI works, and he's like this particular manager. He said he hates to see relievers hit. You'll see very aggressive use of double switches and a rearrangement of the batting order to try to limit the times a reliever hits. Generally, unless the reliever is a stud pitcher or the game is lopsided or a team's bullpen is thin due to overwork, you'll likely never see a relief pitcher hit. But there's all kinds of other things too. This particular manager does a lot of. He likes hit and run a lot. So Ken and I are saying hit and run, yeah, baby. So there's really a lot of stuff here that you can get for free. Um, there's like quick hook managers, which I don't know. There's just so much, so much, so much, so much for Digital Skybox. Yeah, well, no, if you sign up for the flash drive, I didn't. I mean, what's the point? I just download the stuff and save everything to the cloud. So Ken's showing the one he uses for tournaments. Let's bring that up, and I'll bring this on. Here we go. Oh, let's play with this. Can we play with this? Yes, we can. So this is Baseball Musings lineup analysis. Fill in 9 players' OBA and slugging percentage, then press submit. This is cool. So Ken, if I may ask you a question, this is showing a 1959 to 2004 model. So does that mean that I couldn't like draft um, players before 19 or do 19 or a lineup analysis of players like say the 1929 A's that you played last year, not to rub it in. Great team. Well, I should. Oh man, I gotta find some. Where can I copy and paste some stats? Because this would be fun. But I'll wait and see what Ken says about that. If he's still with us, we just dropped from 5 to 2 again. So, Rob, yeah, there's. I mean, if you want the flash drive, they'll send it to you. I think it's 2 distinct versions they produce. Okay, cool. This would probably be boring as hell for a lot of people, but you know what? I should bring up and just right. Let's do one. Should we do one? Now, do I have to put a picture in here? I guess so. And I would just put. It's gonna put. I guess it's gonna put him ninth. It's fun. All right. I'm going to bring up Baseball Reference on another screen, and I'm just going to pick 9 players at random. Or we could go back and forth. Because I think I can copy paste from. I just need 3 stats. Let's have fun for a few minutes. Why not? And I will actually I'll use this on another screen, and you're all mods in here, so I trust you. And I can still sort of see it anyhow. All right. All right, so player 1. I would have to. I could do that, but I mean I still can't. I'm just looking if I can copy to paste out of here. Let's just pick some players. Let's put Wagner, obviously. Why not? I just want to see what it'll do here. This is like right. This is like in my wheelhouse, man. All right, what's it asking for here? Well, Hannes Wagner. I'm just gonna put Wagner. I don't think it really cares. Okay, so what's his on base? I'm just gonna pick a good year for him, I suppose. Okay, on base percentage. Let's pick 1908. So 415. And then Wagner's slugging percentage for that year. I have to go back up here. There we go. SLG. Oh, go away. McAfee's saying this thing is blocking dangerous content. It's dangerous content. Hardly. Hardly. So is that a 542 slugging? Yep, 542. All right. Let me see who else. Just okay. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Shoeless Joe Jackson. I'm just whoever's popping into my head is who I'm going to use. Okay, Shoeless Joe. Let's just use 1912. That's enough. Okay, so Wagner. Because it doesn't really care about positions, thank God. So do I have to pay attention to that, or is it just because now I'm wondering because if it's searching a database, then I do have to pay attention. Okay, so now I have a left fielder. Let's say Jackson was a left fielder, and let's take how about 1913 for Shoeless Joe. So his on base was 460, and slugging in 1913. Oh, I could have a crap ton of. So thank you, Ken, for this. I could have a crap ton of fun with this. All right, center fielder, um, Cobb. Yeah, isn't it a 460 on base percentage? Wagner not too shabby at 415, but yeah, that 460 is nuts. All right, let's look at the Cobster. Cobb's going to be easy. We're just gonna do we'll do 1911 for Cobb just for shits and giggles. Okay. Cobb's on base percentage should be pretty. Did I say 1911? 1911 is good enough. Holy, holy for holies! Are you kidding me? So Cobb's 1911 on base. Okay, so that's not too bad. All right, that's not too crazy. 466. Jeez. Okay, and slugging. You know what? I'm just gonna plug in some numbers. Doesn't even have to be the exact year. Let's give him a 620, because that's one of his years. All right. So we have left center, and of course we'll get this guy named Ruth in right field. I know this is probably. Yeah, so Ken's curious. Good. I'm glad. Hey, at least one person's having fun with this. Getting into deep baseball geekdom here, man. And I am going to be saving this page because I'll be playing with this for sure. Put a few scrubs in. Okay, definitely. Let's get Ruth as a Yankee, and we'll just take his. Let's take his 1920 year. That'll be fine. Um, let me. Wish I could. The only thing bad I wish they would do with Baseball Reference. I know you guys can't see it on my screen, but what I wish they would do is I know they have this navigation up here, but it'd be really nice to keep these column headers as you're scrolling up and down. But that's okay. All right, because I have to keep scrolling up to remember what's batting average. Okay, so it's batting average on pace. Okay, so those three that should be easy enough to remember. Okay, so for 1920, his batting average was 370, or we're not worrying about that. 376. So 512, 512 on base percentage in 1920 for, or no, 532 for Babe Ruth. Okay, that's just nuts. And the slugging percentage, I think this is still the record in baseball, 847. I don't think that's ever been beaten. And Ruth came back in 1921 and had an 846. I don't think the 847 slugging percentage has ever been surpassed. I don't think. And if it has, it had to have been pretty damn recent. Okay, so Ken says a couple scrubs. Why don't we just make up some let's make up a player. Okay, so we have four killer players here. Oh no, we can't make up players because it's going to actually look for real players. All right, need some scrubs here. Need some scrubs. How about Mario Mendoza? I forget what position he played, but we'll find out. We got to put in the immortal Mario Mendoza, don't we? Poor guy. All right. So Mario. Oh, we already. Nah, that'd be two shortstops. Can't do that. Hey, big clue. Ken, does it really look for? Is it going to search by position because we already have a shortstop? Although he played some second base. Big clue in here. We're doing some baseball geekiness right here, right now. Big clue. So this is a lot. Where this is what Ken It's one of these lineup analyzers that he uses in tournaments. So we're having fun. Yeah, let's if it's smart enough, let's put in 1978 Mario Mendoza. Why not, right? Ken said to put some scrubs in here, so good thing he stopped me. I was going to make like the team of for the ages here. Oh, okay. So he uses the lineup tool all the time as well. So big clue knowing about this. Okay. Well, let's yeah, why not use them? Exactly. Exactly. All right, so Mario Mendoza, guys, let's get excited here for him. An on-base percentage of 283 and Mario's slugging percentage is a 291. Good God, poor Mario. Okay, there's one scrub. We need another scrub. Oh, okay, so Big Clue saying Cyril's an old friend. Really cool. Nice. Oh, by the way, Big Clue, I keep forgetting to do this with you. Once people are in here a number of times, they get this. So the next time you type something, you should see something by your name. What the hell happened to Baseball Reference? Where'd it go? I have 3,000 pages open. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, didn't that take? Really? Yeah, no, you should be a moderator now. So I don't know why that wrench didn't big clue. Oh yeah, there it is. You're welcome kindly. Yeah, I need all the help I can get to kick Robbie's future wives out of the channel. So appreciate it. Because especially in this community, right, you guys hanging out with me, I like to do that. That way you guys can put links into things and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. And I know that how we are, you guys are listening to me doing a game or Ernie doing a game and rolling up something. This way, the more mods, the better too. And it's just my way of saying thank you. All right, we need another scrub, damn it. We need another scrub. He says, yes, sir. Happy to help bounce the bots. Nice. Yeah, knock him out like Ted Klazuski would. That would be sweet. All right. Guys, we need a scrub player here. We need another scrub. So far we have Hannes Wagner, Shoeless Joe, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, and Mario Mendoza. Need another scrub. And like, who's like total shite? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Big Clue. Just hit us with a scrub, and I'll look them up in Baseball Reference and plug in the 3 numbers it needs. Just having a little bit of fun here before we sign off for today, or for this afternoon. We'll be back later tonight for Ned McGreevy baseball. But any year, just pull a scrub. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to see how this thing works. Ray Ordonez? Okay, let's put in Ray Ordonez. Why not? Ah, some of them might be human, Robbie. How do you know, man? Ray Ordonez. All right. Hey, Ray, how you doing? Yep, that's definitely some scrub numbers there. Thank you, Big Clue. All right. Good God. Oof. Boy, he had him. Well, let me see. Yeah, yeah, pretty pitiful. Okay. Well, he's marginally better than Mario Mendoza, though. Marginally, I say. In some respects. Or actually, no, not for this. He's not. He kind of sucks. Okay. Cool. And yet, Ray Ordonez made more money than any of us ever will. All right. Let me see. So his on base. Let's be kind and give him 247 and 299. All right. How about a middle of the road player now? Or I shouldn't say middle road. How about a very good? Well, let's put in a very good player, but a dude that's not in the Hall of Fame. So we have 4 legends, 2 scrubs, and we need 3 just very good players. Of course, I would put Harold Baines in the very good. That I don't know why he's in the Hall of Fame, but whatever. Ken says Shock behind the dish. Okay, Hall of Famer, but certainly put him in. He doesn't have overpowering numbers. Let's do Shock. C-H-A. Really, you're going to make me type. There he is, Ray Shock. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. So Schalk way overshadowed by our legends. Let's do 1916. And he is going to be, what, 311 and 305. All right. Schalk, can I tab over? Oh, yeah. 311, 305. Nice. Okay. Big Clue says Charlie Color. So Ken says he's never tried this without taking into account position. So let's see how it works. That will answer a question, won't it? There he is, the immortal Charlie Color. Actually, respectable career, Charlie Color. He's very good. Very good. Was in the Merchant Marines in 1944. All right, he led the league in OPS, which this doesn't ask for, in 1943. But he walked a lot too, didn't he? Let's just pick his 1943 year. So Keller. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Keller, 396, 525. Actually, a slugging percentage of, 525. That's not exactly shabby. And he had, in 1943, had 620 plate appearances. A slugging percentage of 525. That's not bad. All right, we need one more. We need one more. Michael King Kelly. Well, the user. Okay, so Big Clue says the user takes the position into account, but the defensive position has nothing to do with placement in the lineup. Okay, nice, good. That makes this even more fun to play. Okay, well, let's do King Kelly. We'll throw in a 19th century player. Why not? My favorite 19th century player. There he is. Michael King Kelly, the trickster. All right, so he's 414 and 524. God, don't you just love baseball? All right, here we go. We'll use the earlier model. Submit. Crunch, 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 crunch. Holy moly. Wow, this is cool, man. This is really, really cool. So runs per game above lineup. Showing the best lineups. Holy hell, this is cool. Worst lineups. Yeah, I can see. Oh, this is great. This is great. I love this tool. This is awesome. Look at Cracker Shock though, man, a Hall of Famer batting ninth after Ordonez. And Mendoza batting sixth. That's interesting. But there's a ton of lineups here. This is cool, man. Yeah, so you can get your versus lefties and rights separately. That's so sweet. So let's see what this 1959 to 2004 model does. Let's do that. This is amazing. What a cool tool this is. Now, here's what's interesting, though, and I don't know why, so you guys that know this better, why is Babe Ruth batting second? If using this 1959 to 2004 model, and all these lineups all the way down, Babe Ruth's batting second. It's got Cobb batting cleanup. Let's go back to the other model. I'm just curious. Maybe, yeah, because so the 1989 to 2002 model has Ruth batting cleanup, which you'd expect in most cases. But in the other one, it had. So, what's the difference between these two? Big Clue says plug and play to look at potential trades. Hint, hint. Because generally speaking, the best hitter batting number 2 is your maximum efficiency. Yeah, true. Okay, makes sense. Not number 3 as previously thought. Okay. Okay, so runs per game. Okay, I get you now. I get you. I get you. I get you. This is really cool. This is super cool. Bookmark this bad boy. Right, it is. So this one, the 1989 to 2002 model, seems to be more closer to traditional baseball thinking, I suppose. So like the best lineup here, runs per game, right? At the very, very top, you guys can see on the screen there, hopefully. Um, so you got Jackson, Cobb, Kelly, Ruth, Wagner, Mendoza, Keller, Ordonez, and Schock. So traditional thinking would put, wouldn't you put Jackson first? Yeah, there's one. No, there isn't. Or Cobb first. So there's one lineup that has Ty Cobb at first, or leading off, and then Joe Jackson, King Kelly, Babe Ruth, Hannes Wagner. Okay. The 89 plus model has more granular data available to it than the wider range model does. Oh, okay. All right. So that makes a lot of sense. This is cool. Oh, I would definitely have fun. So, wow. Thanks to Sir, I don't know any of these guys, but Cyril Morong, Ken Arneson, and Ryan Armbruster. I've heard the name Ryan Armbruster around somewhere. I don't know where. This is cool. Wow. This is so cool. Big Clue says, if I recall correctly, when Cheryl put this together, it was because the 89 plus data came from John Dewan's group versus hand collated stuff. And there's been big advances in play-by-play data for earlier seasons since this was put out. Oh yeah, that I definitely know. That's this is just this is brilliant, man. I'm gonna drag this bad boy on my desktop for right now. Oh, I forgot Baseball for Windows was still open, so we'll just close it. So um, now you guys can see why, right? Because bookmarks, I have like thousands of bookmarks, so I just drag things onto either this desktop or my other monitor. I'm more of a shortcut kind of person. Cool. Wow. All right. This was fun. Oops. Let's close out baseball reference. Don't need it anymore. This is incredible. You can get a player's stacks from X date to X date. The day by day database on baseball musings. I have not. We're going there now, man. Well, we are at baseballmusings.com. So let's just do it like this, baseballmusings.com, right? Because, oh wait, there's the home page right there. I'd offer to tart this up for these guys if they want. Okay, so what do we have here? Thanks, Big Clue. Now I'm like gonna be another rabbit hole I'm never gonna come out of. Damn, baseball heaven, baby. So is this day by day database? Oh my God. He says, Big Clue says, hat tip to David Pinto for hosting these resources. Absolutely. Holy free holies. If you're following along at home, and why aren't you? Damn. Haha. Christmas came twice this year, apparently. So, this is amazing. If I could give you another wrench, Big Clue, I would. Look at this. You can compare batters over a given time period, pitchers over a given time period. Um, Postseason. Uh, Holy jeez. Team game score comparison. Starting pitcher log, batter splits, pitcher splits. Jesus. Sorry, don't mean to be taking but God already knew before the beginning of all time and creation that I was going to say that. So, damn. Work gives me monkeys, you give me a wrench. Somehow it evens out. Oh man, he says have fun, and he goes, definitely. Yeah, he has created a monster. This is nuts. Oh my god. Like, this is crazy. So select start and end dates. Let's do, well, I don't want to go all the way to 2022. Good God. Let's just go to, I don't know, 04, 05. Uh, let's go to just 1940. Because, okay. At bats, blah, 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 blah. Submit. Oh my God. Whoa. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is nuts, man. He says, "Hey, I'm still trying to get my 7-year-old, 5-year-old father to look at OPS and OPS plus instead of OPS. God forbid I introduce to WRC plus. Exactly. Pick a part of a season, for example, or look at a whole team during a slump or a streak, or who are the best players from last year's All-Star break to this year's break. This is nuts, man. This is nuts. You could down to the club level, and oh my God, this is crazy." And now, of course, I'm just going to click on Lou Gehrig to see what this is all about. Oh, nice. Look at this. So we're looking at, wow. This is all this game data just for Lou Gehrig. I never, ever, 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 ever knew about this site before. Holy moly. Oh my God. Well, guys, there are not going to be any streams for the next 5 years because I'll be doing this. Jesus. Oh my God. Sorry, I should be looking at the chat. I'm mesmerized. I'm mesmerized. I am mesmerized by this. This is nuts. You can get the game logs with baseball reference and Gehrig's page, for example, but it's not sortable. Yeah, like this. This is absolutely off the charts. Just, just, just crazy. Holy moly. You can get his postseason batting log, which obviously poor Chuck Klein, but anyhow. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Batter split comparisons. Let's just, well, it's, again, I'm just going to let it as it is. Like split type. Look at this. So you can do this by ballpark. Batter, pitcher, none out, 1 out, 2 outs. 2 outs, man on, less than 2 out, man on third, 2 out, scoring position, none out, none on. I know you guys are laughing that already know about this thing, but laugh on. Holy shit. Okay, let's get left-hand batter. Playing for the Pirates, because, yeah. Playing versus the Reds. Why not? Since we're not playing versus the Phillies at all. Well, doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave the Parks because there's just too much here to do. Let's do this. And after all that, we get Dave Parker. So let's do total. Submit. This is nuts. You guys are gonna want to. You guys are gonna want to. Okay, I must have done something wrong because I still have just Dave Parker. Okay, I've got it. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but have more fun with it. No Ned McGreevy's for 5 years of bat. No, it wouldn't. By the end of 5 years playing with this buddy, I would know more about baseball than Clinton Parks and Ken Castro. And all you guys. No, no, that would never happen. It's cool. It's easy playground. Yeah, right. Great for replays. God, this is incredible. Baseball for life. Amen. This is crazy. It's like everything is here. Everything is here. It's all here. Starting pitcher log. So I'm guessing a lot of guys that do as played things probably consult this, I suppose. I mean, I know there's other databases as well that do it, so holy man. Big Calusas. We can all learn from each other. Baseball knowledge never ends. Isn't that the truth? Wow. Thank you, man, a billion times. I never knew this existed. Ever, ever, ever. I'm probably the only one in this community that didn't know about this. And that lineup generator's super cool. Only looking at the Angels because they were just first on the list. This is incredible. All right, so what happens? Let me see. How far back does this go? Now we're going to get crazy. Let's pick an old franchise and let's look at the Cubbies. So, okay, so data back to 1920. Makes sense. There it is. I know I've been told that a lot of the stats, like caught stealing and things like that, are now being found for dead ball era. This is absolutely nuts. Yeah, because you know what? I mean, and I know there's probably easier ways, but like you're right here, right? You could work out your rotations if you were doing it as played or whatever, or just do season replay. So if you were doing the 1920 Cubs, there's your rotation. You don't even have to guess. So if you don't want the computer to generate your rotation, and you have there's Alexander Vaughn, Tyler, and then you have the spot starters here and there. But holy man, love it, love it. Yeah, God, this is crazy. Going back to their homepage because they got tons of stuff. Robbie Wartburg, are you paying attention to this? Because this is good. What's this Players A to Z book? What is that? What is that? Oh, okay. So this is neat. Pickleball, not really interested. A to Z history of baseball, 20th century baseball players. Nice. Tennis, don't care. A lot of this other stuff. Okay, so that's just nothing. Well, it's not nothing. There's some podcasts in here. There's a radio show. Ah, site can't be reached. That's all right. They wouldn't want me to. there's a lot of baseball blogs here. Lots of baseball blogs. Do you guys, Steve? Steve, welcome in. So, oh my God. So, Big Clue says the host of this site used to be the main research guy for ESPN's Baseball Tonight. He's good at his job, obviously. Holy God. Oh, Steve Tate was at the honor of being on the Digital Dice podcast today. Awesome for you, Steve. Good, good, good. That will make its way over to YouTube. I'm right because I think he does his stuff on Ron Juckett and I think that's on Twitch first, and then I think it comes over. Ron Juckett's something about embargo or I don't know, whatever. We would definitely check that out. So Steve Tate. Steve Tate, did you know about this baseball musings page with all this crazy goodness on here, like this day by day database, things like that? Oh, thanks, Steve. Appreciate that, man. Got in a plug for the dead ball stuff. Did you know about this page, Steve, and this day by day database? Did you know about this and this lineup analysis tool? It's super cool, man. It is super cool. This is just Big Clue and right Ken Castro and Big Clue, man. Got us like just wow. Talk about action packed. Just and then it does have links to some of the usual suspects as well. Baseball prospectus. There's baseball reference. Now, how come Baseball Almanac doesn't get any love though? That's a cool site too. I never see anybody refer to Baseball Almanac, but you guys should check it out. It's a fun site. And it does some things that Baseball Reference, at least at one time, wasn't doing. I don't know. Oh, Elysian Fields. Got to see what Elysian Fields is about. Okay, an LA Dodgers blog, and it's Elysian Fields. Okay, that doesn't make sense, but whatever. All right, well, that'd be for D. Scott Howard. He's a Dodgers fan. Baseball. Really? Are you going to do this to me, Big Clue? You're really going to do this to me? You're really going to do this to me? Oh, the podcast is up? All right. Since Steve's podcast is up, we're going to end this now so that we can, you guys want to go listen, I want to go listen. Not because he's giving me a plug. So, baseballfever.com. Oh, I know baseballfever.com. I've been there. That's a great site. That is a great site, baseballfever.com. That had to register in my head for a second. All right, guys, since Steve's podcast is up, I'm going to go ahead and end this so that you can all go check it out or whatever. So thanks one and all. So to Steve Tate, to Big Clue, triple thank yous. Ken Castro, also triple thank yous. Arnold Hunter, yep, huge thank yous to you. Robbie Wartburg, way back. This one again turned into a bloody marathon, but that's all right. MV popped in for a little while to see us. Always good. Smelling Wrestling Geek, always good. Always good, always good, always good. All right, so I'm going to go look for the Steve Tate podcast. The bigger question is, when is the big head-to-head? When that take place? Well, we could probably do that this evening or tomorrow. Oh, you betcha, Big Clue. All right, guys. Gonna go watch that podcast. It's gonna be awesome sauce. Yeah, Steve, I'll get in touch with you later. Because I know we're gonna do a Ned McGreevy League game tonight, but hey, if people are up for a double, we can do that as well, or we can just do a head-to-head just on its own, since they take longer and they're fun. All right, be good, guys. Again, as I always say, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I truly mean it. All right, catch ya at the batting cage.